if you are ready to melt, this is for you. And we're not talking about hairlines, we're actually talking about the waistline. So go get your paper, get your pen, and get ready to take some notes because it is about to get oh so delicious and oh so juicy. So, the different types of fasting that you may want to consider, especially with intermittent fasting, there are a lot of different types. So, which one will work for you? Now, I've tried many, and I had to find the one that actually works for me while also knowing what my triggers are and the way in which my body and emotions will respond to these triggers. So, for instance, we have the 12-12, where you eat for 12 hours, you fast for 12 hours, and that's typically allowing you to have 3 meals in a day. You may start eating at 7 and then you will stop eating at 7 o'clock p.m. in the evening. There's also 16-8, where you are eating for 8 hours of the day and you are fasting for 16 hours. So this typically looks like you are either having lunch and dinner and you skipped breakfast, or you're having breakfast and lunch and you are skipping dinner. For me personally, this one did not work. It pissed me off, honestly, because I love breakfast and I love to have dinner with my family as a whole at the end of the day. So that was one that just could not work consistently every single day. It was just one that I was angry about and resentful towards. There's also OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. So for me, that also triggered me emotionally because it reminded me of some things in my personal past that I did not find to be enjoyable. So if you are okay with consuming your entire meal within that hour, or sometimes they allow you to have it up to 4 hours where you're having 1,200, 1,600, 1,800, 2,000 calories within that time span, go for it. That one may be for you. But the one that has truly helped me not only regulate my hormones, but also regulate my metabolism is alternate day fasting, ADF fasting. Now, this is where one day I will miss all of my meals for the day. And then the next day I will eat. And then after that, eating or feasting day, I will have another fast day. That one has truly helped me because it has allowed me to regulate my hormones as well as my metabolism quicker than with 16-8, where I'm missing a meal, 1 meal a day. And I was able to lose more weight a little quicker than with 16-8 as well. So this kept me motivated to continue to do it without feeling like I'm missing all of my dinners or all of my breakfasts, or I can't do it, as much as I want to. Now, you can utilize these different methods however you want. You can make it work however you want. But when it comes to the fasting period, you do want to make sure that you are fasting for a long enough time for your body to utilize all of the food that it has, all of the sugar, all of the carbs it has, so that it can start to utilize whatever fat stores as energy that it has inside. So, energies, you want your body to be able to utilize your ketones that you already have. Like, it will create its own ketones to utilize the fat that is stored within your body. What's her name? A creator that is on YouTube. She talks about that if you are fat, you are not hungry. And I have to be quite honest, it's true. The more that I got into doing alternate day fasting, the more that I realized I really wasn't hungry. I was just bored. I just felt like I needed something to eat. And the more that I did alternate day fasting, the more that I realized how sacred my fasting days are, because I'm able to have a lot more clarity when my body isn't digesting food, but is utilizing what's already within me. And I'm able to have a lot more clarity within my thought processes. Not only that, but also how sacred it is for me to consume food. So I have become a little as they say, bougie when it comes to the foods that I do eat, the foods that I select. Now, when I started alternate day fasting, I also started Eat Right for Your Blood Type. That book is amazing because I didn't realize that a lot of times when we eat food, we get the itis. We're ready to go to sleep. And the reality of it is, if you are eating foods that your body can actually digest and metabolize and all of those things, you won't have the itis, to be quite honest, unless you are overstuffing yourself, which you don't want to do with fasting or period. So another thing with fasting that I really, really, really love it is that it teaches you intuitive eating. Now, when I started my process of fasting, I was still plugging in all of my foods, all of my calories within my Fitness Pal because I wanted to know how much food I was eating compared to before I was fasting. And the funny and beautiful thing is that before I started doing ADF, alternate day fasting, is that I was having about 1,200 calories a day and I was struggling to lose weight. It just was not going anywhere, it was staying with me. As soon as I started alternate day fasting, I was eating about 2,000 calories a day. However, the pounds were falling off instantly, quickly. So far, I have lost 25 pounds, over 25 pounds, since I started alternate day fasting on April 17th of this year. And now we are sitting in September, and I am 20 pounds away from my goal, which is phenomenal. I'm like halfway there, and it feels really, really good because my body was able to realize that it's not in a starving state of what I was keeping it in with 1,200 calories, which felt like enough food for me every day. But in the reality of it was my body is telling me, hey, we need more to do all the things that you want to do. Because at that time also I was working out. Now, with alternate day fasting, I am not working out. I am enjoying ice cream and brownies. And I don't want it to seem like you can just eat whatever you want. But I do allow myself to have the things that I may be craving. That is my body telling me, like, hey, we want to have a little fun. And I know the scientific reason for wanting chocolate and, salty things. And at the same time, with alternate day fasting, I can give my body that and still be able to have fun. Because one of the things in Feast, Fast, Repeat is that this is not a diet. It is not a diet. And that is one thing that it really appealed to me, was because I'm able to truly enjoy my life. I'm not restricting myself from having fun. I'm able to truly have fun within my life and eating and all of that. And so with it not being a diet, there's no way that I or you can mess up. You can literally have the fun that you need. One of the things that I incorporated while going on this journey was also cycle syncing. And so this for me looks like, what am I eating before, during, after my cycle? And that has opened up a plethora of things for me to notice within myself. So for me, right before my cycle, my body has gotten to the point that it will tell me, we need to eat more. We need to eat more. We need to eat more. And it's literally the day before my cycle. Mind you, I will say alternate day fasting led me to consuming a lot more caffeine, and I didn't realize that it actually can alter your menstrual cycle. So if you are having caffeine, keep it at a minimal, especially right before your cycle comes on, because it will stall. It will not allow the hormone that turns your cycle on, it won't happen. So when you are cycle syncing, your body will be telling you, hey, we need to eat more. Hey, we're still hungry. And your ability to intuitively follow that instinct of, I need to feed myself some more. We need to eat. And being able to do that. And the beautiful thing is, of course, we gain a few pounds before and during our cycle. But afterwards, it falls off the chart. Like you will go into another phase, I guess you could say, of where you're losing weight very quickly. Now, as far as plateaus, I have had a few plateaus, but with cycle syncing, it hasn't really been an issue. And so these plateaus look like I'm around the same weight for four days to 2 weeks. And if that happens, I'll just add in another eating day. What this does is help my body know we're not starving. It is fine. We're good. And somehow, I don't know the science behind it, but it allows my body to know everything is well. And so with that, I have my fast day, eating day, and then the next day I'll have the eating day and then another eating day. This in itself has been great for me because we will fast, eat, and then continue with fasting again, and then eating, and then fasting. And that has really, really helped me with being able to stay on that weight loss train. Now, as far as when my cycle comes on, I eat. So the day before, it's like, hey, we need to eat. So if it's a fasting day and I'm trying to fast, I will end up breaking that fast because I'm hungry. My body is hungry, seriously. So I will eat. And then somehow, magically, my cycle really does come on the next day. Even since we have fixed the caffeine problem, it will seriously come on the next day. And so when it comes on, I'm like, okay, cool. For the next 3 days, the first 3 days of my cycle, I will eat happily. There is nothing that I will restrict myself from because I want to be able to enjoy this. I want it to be sustainable. And for me, if I am withholding certain things for myself, I will binge eat on my next feast day, which is not ideal. Now, the reason that is not ideal is for you to binge on certain things that do not nourish your body fully, is because you will be paying for it on your fast day. You will not be able to go through your entire fast day fasted because you are hungry, because you did not give your body foods that it can actually utilize and that nourishes it fully. Now, what does a fast day look like for me? In the fasting community, some people call it clean fasting. I just call it fasting. The true form of fasting for me is that I'm having water. I will have coffee in the morning, and that's it. And then you can have what they say black tea. Now, when it comes to teas, you will want to experiment to see what will hold you in a fasted state. Now, Gin Steffens, she says that after 21 days of whatever kind of intermittent fasting you want to do, then you can experiment with the types of teas that you can work with. Some people, peppermint tea will break their fast. Lavender tea will break their fast. For me, those do not break my fast. I continue on with my day. Now, what does breaking your fast look like? That is basically you have consumed something that your body is saying, this is food. We're about to eat. And when you don't eat, you start to feel sick. You get lightheaded, dizzy, you feel like you're about to faint, you might start sweating. Those symptoms, just go ahead and eat some real food because your body is thinking that it's receiving some food soon and it's not. And those are not good signs, especially if you are taking care of others or even yourself in the day. So go ahead and eat some food and you will continue with your fast feast the next day. If it was a fast day and you broke your fast, eat tomorrow. Just go ahead and eat tomorrow too. Eat today and tomorrow. And then the next day, you will continue with that fasted state. Now, for me, a clean fast is literally coffee, no creamer, no sugar, no butter, no nothing. Just black coffee. I will have tea, just water and whatever kind of leaves it is. Most of the time, I will have lavender chamomile tea. That does not break my fast, but you have to check it out for yourself of what works for you. Peppermint tea does not break my fast. I also like this African nectar tea. It is so good. It does not break my fast. I'm trying to think. That's really the only teas that I actually enjoy during my fasting. I have tried this one tea from Trader Joe's, and it was straight tea leaf. I had to go get it to show you. It's called Tea Java. It is the unsweetened tea, original black tea, and literally the only ingredients are brewed tea, water, tea Java, or Java tea leaves. That's it. That's it. And that's supposed to be good enough for your fast. However, this tea did break my fast because I felt awful after having it. So, like I said, you're going to want to have to play with the different kinds of teas if you are a tea person. If you do want to have tea, because otherwise you'll just be having like water and carbonated water. Another thing that Jen Steffens says is that you can have carbonated water. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. So this is Topo Chico mineral water carbonated. That's it. There are no flavors in it or anything like that. And she says that flavors can sometimes knock you out of your ketosis, out of your fast. For me, personally, I have had, what is it? LaCroix mineral water, the Limoncello. I've had that one. It has not broken me out of my fast. I haven't had any of the other flavors, but that one's just my absolute favorite. I love it. It tastes like vanilla and lemons. It's amazing, incredible, refreshing. So that one does not break me out of my fast. So it's really up to you and what your comfort level is of how much you want to experiment and how much you're willing to see what you can enjoy while you are fasting. Topo Chico is my favorite because I like to have like little snacky things at night while my husband and I watch movies and things like that. And if I'm fasting, I'm not gonna have all of these snacky things and whatnot. I'm going to have my Topo Chico, some party water, basically, and I'll have a regular glass of water to go with it. Now, to make your fasting absolutely delicious, incredible, you're going to want to put your water in a wine glass or some kind of party glass of some sort. Make it fun, make it amazing, make it beautiful. For me, I also like to put my tea in my fine china, teacups and things like that, because I feel like when I'm fully giving myself what I need, it is a celebration. It is due for celebration. I don't need anyone or anything to happen for me to be a celebration, and neither do you. So if you need permission to celebrate, this is your permission slip right here. Go ahead, get out the fine china, get out the fine dining and flatware, get out the fine glasses, whatever it may be. Get it out and get ready to celebrate, because your waist is about to be melting. All right. I think I've spoken enough about this. If you have any questions whatsoever about fasting deliciously, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I cannot wait to get to them, because this is something I absolutely love talking about. And it helps you to see yourself in the light that you always have seen yourself. Love you. See ya. Bye.